It's the 21st of March, and I feel like that date is really significant, and I can't think what the 21st of March is referring to. Anyway, I think something happened on the 21st of March once upon a time. Good morning, welcome to the Channel of Love. Okay. I've got some cards and a book. I've been listening to Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, this morning. I've got like the audio of it, but I thought that one of the discs was quite damaged. And, well, I've kind of popped it into the CD player today, and it's played. So I'm up to, like, chapter 6 on now. It took me to, like, the green cover. Think and Grow Rich. So enjoyable. I'm going to find a way to share it with you. And so I've got these cards and a book. And this section is, like, brown, and these are blue. But we have the secret here. Good morning, Cynthia, darling. Good morning, sunshine. So we have the secret with the Druid Craft Tarot. What's this that's going on here? It's like the moon's winking at us, look. Queen of Cups. Moon's giving us a wink. A wink wink, nudge nudge. To wake us up. And then we've got the blue. We've got the blues. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Should we turn it around? Looks like you got a hangover. That's nice. It's hot, but it's nice. I'm thirsty. I'm quite hungry as well. Maybe we're hungry for knowledge. Let's use these two decks of cards first. And, right, let's get down to business. I don't know if I want to use them ancient Italian tarot cards, though. We'll use the Oracle of Shadows and Light there first. Thirsty. The sunshine is out, Cynthia. Like, I was just outside in the garden. Oh, my goodness. It's lovely and sunny. It's like I had a little chat with the seeds that I've planted. It's like I haven't touched them. I'm just going to leave them be. I've planted the seed. Okay, we can take that down. Lantern Fairy, a clear solution. I very much feel the energy of like being able to provide, help to provide, plant the seed, help to provide a clear solution. 24. What's she holding in that lantern? Okay, is it the secret? About the Lantern Fairy. This sweet fairy is showing you a way through a barrier you have reached in your life. March the 21st is the first day of spring. There you go. I just know that that date's significant. This sweet fairy is showing you a way through a barrier you have reached in your life. This may be in any area of your life, but it does feel that you have come up against a very solid obstacle. This gentle fairy with her bright lantern can take you to a place in this wall that has already come down, so you can move through this obstacle without force or fear. Your only requirement is to trust this fairy and then to take down several bricks after you have moved through, so the wall between this world and the next, your love and your life, becomes slowly less and less solid. The wall is coming down. This is the fairy's role, to help you move beyond the wall. Trust her. She will guide you. Okay, the Lantern Fairy speaks. Sometimes people say you should be cautious about where information is coming from, and that indeed is true. And that is indeed true. I'm going to tell you about a song that I keeps coming up on my playlist, and it's Justin Timberlake, Mirrors. And I listened to the words, but I haven't really paid too much attention to the lyrics, I should say. So I did actually play like the music video. Well, it wasn't the music video. First of all, I played the music video, which they're actually completely different. They're not completely different, Lucy. No, but they miss out the ending part. So if you watch the music video, at the end, he's like singing some stuff, which isn't like in the lyric soundtrack, should we say that? But at the end, he says, you are the love of my life. You are the love of my life. But it didn't play that in the lyric video. So I thought that was interesting. I thought, what's he saying now? And the lyrics are really good to it. So, okay. You need to check them out. Good morning, Spotty Pony. How are you, darling? So the Lantern Fairy speaks. Sometimes people say you should be cautious about where information is coming from, and that is indeed true. I am simply holding up the lantern I carry and gently letting you see the likely outcome of the decisions you are making and offering a clear solution to the problem at hand. Something has come to an end, a true end, and you have, as they say, hit the wall. You could try digging under it, or climbing over it, or you could try taking down the wall brick by brick. But if you follow me, I can show you a place where the wall has already come down, and where you can move through this obstacle without pain. Do not think this is cheating. There have been others who have come this way, and while you can tread the path the way you wish, it can help you make the breakthrough, find the passageway you are looking for. My guidance is safe, clear, and gentle. I'm not here to send you in a false direction. I'm here to clear the way and light the path. It is up to you whether you make it harder than it needs to be. I'll show you the way, trust me. Interesting, seeing as we have the secret at hand. Divination message. A way through a life challenge will present itself. Stubborn thinking can be changed. Old patterns are being removed, little by little, but will need trust. Old shielding against certain energies needs to be replaced and reworked, as it is no longer in line with what you wish for, and in fact may be proving to be a barrier, which is keeping you isolated instead of protected. Trust where the light leads you. Go where you can feel true love, kindness, and freedom. Avoid all that comes from anger, hatred, judgment, blame, and ridicule. Okay, shall we read about the secret? Shall we we'll go to the page number, shall we? 24. Let's do that. I do like kind of like the pages of this book. Okay. 24. Open to 23. Oh, okay. Well, we're kind of blank. That's good. It feels like there's a lot of space that we can like fill with some knowledge. Secret summaries. The great secret of life is the law of attraction. The law of attraction says like attracts like. So when you think a thought, you are also attracting like thoughts to you. Thoughts are magnetic, and thoughts have a frequency. As you think thoughts, they are sent out into the universe, and they magnetically attract all like things that are on the same frequency. Everything sent out returns to the source, you. You are like a human transmission tower, transmitting a frequency with your thoughts. If you want to change anything in your life, change the frequency by changing your thoughts. Your current thoughts are creating your future life. What you think about the most or focus on the most will appear in your life. Let me repeat that. Your current thoughts are creating your future life. What you think about the most or focused on the most will appear as your life. Your thoughts become things. That's it. Okay. Let's go to the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. I'm sure we'll refer back to that book again soon. I feel so. Feelings. I'm singing a bit of musical youth. Pass the chip on the left hand side, I said. I've got the card, thank you. Let's have a look. Yes. Your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. They're shouting next door again and someone's beeping their horn outside. And you're fairly certain about your next move, and you've pulled this card as additional validation, which will spur you into action. This card confirms that your intuition is accurate and that you can trust it fully. The joy you feel knowing that your intuitive feelings are valid. Feelings. Okay. The joy you feel knowing that your intuitive feelings are valid may be tempered by the fear of making life changes. Heaven wants you to know, however, that all of the details are being taken care of. You're supported in all ways, as long as you ask for help and then accept it as it comes to you in various forms. Okay, let's delve a bit deeper. I want to get another oracle of shadows and lights. What was that noise about? Grumpy Red Fairy, be your true self. I'm just going to read this mess. Well, of course I am. Where did you put the book, though? Card number 8. Let's read page number 8, I think. Have you ever started to think about something you were not happy about? Goodness, we've got the Grumpy Red Fairy here. And the more you thought about it, the worse it seemed. That's because as you think one sustained thought, the law of attraction immediately brings more like thoughts to you. In a matter of minutes, you have gotten so many like unhappy thoughts coming to you that the situation seems to be getting worse. The more you think about it, the more upset you get. Okay, well, I'm being... hi, Joyful Dolphin. How you doing? I was thinking about when... Oh, my goodness. Just got distracted by the dolphins. Mermaids and dolphins. Oh, it spoke about... the last word it used was ridicule. Okay, so let's read this, because of course it has meaning. So the more you think about it, the more upset you get. You may have experienced attracting like thoughts when you listened to a song and then found that you couldn't get that song out of your head. The song just kept playing over and over in your mind, and when you listened to that song, even though you may not have realised it, you gave your full attention and focus of thought to it. Mirrors, Justin Timberlake. As you did that, you were powerfully attracting more like thoughts of that song, and so the law of attraction moved into action and delivered more thoughts of that song over and over again. Okay, Grumpy Red Fairy. Be your true self. Okay, let's read about the Grumpy Red Fairy. The Grumpy Red Fairy is tired of being judged by people busy, sticking noses in her business, declaring she doesn't look happy enough, or saying that she should look and act and dress another way. She's very cross because it's tiring walking down the street or into school or around teachers or parents or friends or classmates who evaluate her. It's true that she's quirky and punky and that she never smiles unless she truly wishes to. She's often silent and can feel very out of sorts, but she's never disruptive or unkind or cruel. She just knows it's time to be real and not to fall into the trap of faking a smile. She'd rather frown till she giggles. The Grumpy Red Fairy speaks. I want to be me and be free without everyone giving me an opinion. I like being different. I won't be changing unless I want to. I don't need to change to fit in. I only need to be true to me. And the people who think I should be smiling or wearing a pretty dress and that I should stop messing with my hair, they can just deal with it. Some folks do gasp at tattoos, piercings, black clothes, but guess what? Some of the world's scariest looking people are the kindest and sweetest on the inside. You too are fiery, playful, defiant, and lots of fun. Be you, be rebellious even. Who's to say how you should look or behave? Conformists, that's who. Let's burst their boring bubble and go wild. The divination message. So some people in this world, can we get the words out? Like without lisping. To some people in the world, sadly but oh so truly, it's all about fitting in. It's all about playing by the rules. And because they've put so many restrictions on themselves, they get very disapproving when others, like you and the Grumpy Red Fairy, feel free enough to be themselves, to express themselves in exciting and dynamic and creative ways. When the Grumpy Red Fairy comes to play, it may be time to really just be your own true self, whoever that is, from day to day. Wear black, experiment with your hair and your own personal style, play the drums, join a rock band. Just don't fake it. Don't smile and be sugary sweet and all nicey nice just because you think that's how you should be. Be real, be authentic, be funny, be you. Try different things, find out who you are, then the smiles that do come will be genuine and will warm the hearts of us all. That's a nice message. The creative process. Oh, okay. The creative process used in The Secret, which was taken from the New Testament in the Bible, is an easy guideline for you to create what you want in 3 simple steps. Step 1, ask. Okay, so we have Lisa Nichols. She says the first step is to ask. Make a command to the universe. Let the universe know what you want, and the universe responds to your thoughts. Bob Proctor, he says, what do you really want? Sit down and write it out on a piece of paper. Write it in the present tense. You might begin by writing, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then explain how you want your life to be in every area. You get to choose what you want, but you must get clear about what you want. This is your work. If you're not clear, then the law of attraction cannot bring you what you want. You will be sending out a mixed frequency, and you can only attract mixed results. For the first time in your life, perhaps, work out what it is you really want. Now that you know you can have, be, or do anything, and there are no limits, what do you want? Step 1, ask. Asking is the first step in the creative process, so make it a habit to ask. If you have to make a choice and you don't know which way to go, ask. You should never be stumped on anything in your life. Just ask. Dr. Joe Fratelli, he says this is really fun. It's like having the universe as your catalogue. You flip through it and say, I'd like to have this experience, and I'd like to have that product, and I'd like to have a person like that. It is you placing your order with the universe. It's really that easy. You do not have to ask over and over again, just ask once. It is exactly like placing an order from a catalogue. You only ever order something once. You don't place an order and then doubt the order has been received and so place the order again, and then again, and then again. You order once. It is the same with the creative process. Step 1 is simply your step to get clear about what you want. As you get clear in your mind, you have asked. Step 2, believe. Lisa Nichols, she says, step 2 is believe. Believe that it's already yours. Have what I love to call unwavering faith. Believe in the unseen. You must believe that you have received. You must know that what you want is yours the moment you ask. You must have complete and utter faith. If you have placed an order from a catalogue, you would relax, knowing that you are going to receive what you ordered and get on with your life. See the things that you want as already yours. Know that they will come to you at need. Then let them come. Don't fret and worry about them. Don't think about your lack of them. Think of them as yours, as belonging to you, as already in your possession. That's by Robert Collier, 1885 to 1950. In the moment you ask and believe and know you already have it in the unseen, the entire universe shifts to bring it into the scene. You must act, speak and think as though you are receiving it now. Why? The universe is a mirror. And the law of attraction is mirroring back to you your dominant thoughts. So doesn't it make sense that you have to see yourself as receiving it? If your thoughts contain noticing you do not have it yet. Okay. So if your thoughts contain noticing that you do not have it yet, you will continue to attract not having it yet. You must believe you have it already. You must believe that you have received it. You have to emit the feeling frequency of having received it. So bring those pictures back as your life. When you do that, bring them pictures back. It says you have to emit the feeling frequency of having received it to bring those pictures back as your life. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. Okay. Makes sense? Makes sense. When you book a vacation, order a brand new car, or buy a house, you know those things are yours. You wouldn't go and book another vacation for the same time, or purchase another car or house. If you won a lottery or received a large inheritance, even before you physically had the money, you know it is yours. That is the feeling of believing it is yours. That is the feeling of believing you have it already. That is the feeling of believing you have received. Claim the things you want by feeling and believing they are yours. When you do that, the law of attraction will powerfully move all circumstances, people, and events for you to receive. How do you get yourself to a point of believing? Start make-believing. Be like a child and make believe. As you act as if you have it already, act as if you have it already. As you make believe, you will begin to believe you have received. The genie is responding to your predominant thoughts all the time, not just in the moment you ask. That's why after you've asked, you must continue to believe and know. Have faith. Your belief that you have it, that undying faith, is your greatest power. When you believe you are receiving, get ready and watch the magic begin. You can have what you want if you know how to form the mould for it in your own thoughts. There is no dream that may not come true if you but learn to use the creative force working through you. The methods that work for one will work for all. The key to power lies in using what you have freely, fully, and thus opening wide your channels for more creative force to flow through you. Robert Collier. Okay. Dr. Joe Vitale, he says the universe will start to rearrange itself to make it happen for you. Jack Canfield, he says most of us have never allowed ourselves to want what we truly want because we can't see how it's going to manifest. Bob Proctor, he said, if you do just a little research, it is going to become evident to you that anyone that ever accomplished anything did not know how they were going to do it. They only knew they were going to do it. Dr. Joe Vitale, he said, you don't need to know how it's going to come about. You don't need to know how the universe will rearrange itself. How it will happen, how the universe will bring it to you, is not your concern or job. Allow the universe to do it for you. When you are trying to work out how it will happen, you are emitting a frequency that contains a lack of faith, that you don't believe you have it already. You think you have to do it, and you do not believe the universe will do it for you. The how is not your part in the creative process. Bob Proctor, you don't know how it will be shown to you. You will attract the way. Lisa Nichols, most of the time when we don't see the things that we've requested, we get frustrated, we get disappointed, and we begin to become doubtful. The doubt brings about a feeling of disappointment. Take that doubt and shift it. Recognize that feeling, and replace it with a feeling of unwavering faith. I know that it's on its way. Step 3, receive. Lisa Nichols, step 3, and the final step in the process is to receive. Begin to feel wonderful about it. Feel the way you will feel once it arrives. Feel it now. Marky Shimoff. And in the process, it's important to feel good, to be happy. Because when you're feeling good, you're putting yourself in the frequency of what you want. Michael Bernard Beckwith. This is a feeling universe. If you just intellectually believe something, but you have no corresponding feeling underneath that, you don't necessarily have enough power to manifest what you want in your life. You have to feel it. Ask once, believe you have received, and all you have to do to receive is feel good. When you are feeling good, you are on the frequency of receiving. You are on the frequency of all good things coming to you, and you will receive what you have asked for. You wouldn't ask for anything unless it was going to make you feel good in the receiving of it, would you? So get yourself on the feel good frequency and you will receive. A fast way to get yourself on that frequency is to say, I am receiving now. I am receiving all the good in my life now. I am receiving, filling your desire now. And feel it. Feel it as though you have received. My dear friend of mine, Marcy, is one of the greatest manifestors I have seen, and she feels everything. She feels what it would feel like to have what she is asking for. She feels everything into existence. She doesn't get caught up in how, when, or where. She just feels it, and it then manifests. So feel good now. Bob Proctor. When you turn that fantasy into a fact, you're in the position to build bigger and bigger fantasies. And that, my friend, is the creative process. Okay. I'm just seeing where this, there's quite a lot going on here. There's a couple of quotes here. From the Bible. So this is Matthew 21:22, I think that says. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. Okay. And then this one's from Mark 11:24. What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Let's go to these tarot cards. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. We're just full of goodness. Good morning, Willow. Oh, is it afternoon? Oh, yes, it is afternoon. Yes, it is. Feels like morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Just come in from clearing the greenhouse and moving all my seedlings, and here you are. I was in my little greenhouse talking to I wasn't in it, but I was just talking to them on the outside of the greenhouse. I didn't go in to disturb them. To my seeds that I've planted. My little seedlings. But I only planted them a few days ago, so, you know, you've got to give them time. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, waiting. That's kind of the energy of him leaning on like the rake. We call it a rake today. And he's waiting for his manifestation, his harvest, whatever that is. Normally it's focused on money. Okay, we're going to turn your head now. Well, let's turn your head. Should we talk about abundance? I'm sure there's some messages in there about abundance like money. I'll go to the chapter because I did start to read it. Let me find it for you. Did I flip through it then and then just find the page? I thought it was at the beginning, but it's the energy of like you've got to find the secret for yourself. Well, now I'm like actually searching for it, and I don't really want to do that. So it's about not searching for it, it's about allowing it to come to you. That's true. Okay, so he's on his horse. He's the Knight of Swords. Quick thinking, quick action. Change your thoughts. Change the way you think. And your feelings will change. Your feelings do change with your thoughts, don't they? They do. They do. Let's go to the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. Not sure what direction we're going to take this reading into. What direction? Well, waves of prosperity. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, let's give them some guidance about abundance. Waves of abundance. Am I reading about that card? I'm not sure there. I'm sure it would have made sense, Joyful Dolphin, whether I was reading from the book Secret or whether I was reading from this book, depending on the card. Or this card, this book. I don't know, I've done a lot of reading today. Okay. New waves of abundance are sweeping over you right now. Observe any ideas that enter your mind at this time, as they may be seeds of a profitable new venture. A lot of talk about seeds. Also notice any out-of-the-blue phone calls or chance meetings with people who could help you. This card could also mean that you're on a success streak. This is an excellent time to begin new ventures. Of course, follow your inner guidance and do appropriate research. You'll see that doors open easily for you and that you're filled with extra confidence and enthusiasm. Practice being a grateful recipient of good. Know that there's an ocean of abundance with no danger that it will dry up. That's nice. I'll flick through this. We'll open up just now. The secret to the money. Don't you just love it? Come on. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. W. Clement Stone. Abraham Hicks, no. Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. It's a Napoleon's Hill version of that. W. Clement Stone. Okay. The Secret, this is by Jack Canfield. The Secret was a real transformation for me because I grew up with a very negative father who thought that rich people were people that had ripped everyone off and thought that anyone that had money must have deceived somebody. So I grew up with a lot of beliefs about money, that if you had it, if you made it bad, if you had it, if you made it bad. If you had it, it made you bad. Only evil people have money, and money doesn't grow on trees. Why do you think, seriously? Can we get these words out? Like, let's have some coffee. Oh. Who do you think I am? Rockefeller was one of his famous phrases. So I grew up truly believing that life was difficult. It was only when I met W. Clement Stone that I began to shift my life. When I was working with Stone, he said, I want you to set a goal that's so big that if you achieved it, it will blow your mind and you would know it's only because of what I've taught you that you would have achieved this goal. At the time, I was making about $8,000 a year, so I said, I want to make $100,000 in a year. Now, I had no idea how I could do that. I saw no strategy, no possibility, but I just said, I'm going to declare that, I'm going to believe it, I'm going to act as if it's true and release it. So I did that. One of the things he taught me was every day to close your eyes and visualize the goals as if it's already achieved. I had actually made a $100,000 bill that I'd put on the ceiling. So first thing in the morning, I'd look up and there it was, and it would remind me that this was my intention. Then I would close my eyes and visualize having this $100,000 a year lifestyle. Interestingly enough, nothing major happened for about 30 days. I didn't have any great breakthrough ideas. No one was offering me more money. About 4 weeks into it, I had a $100,000 idea. It just came right into my head. I had a book I had written, and I said, if I could sell 400,000 copies of my book at a quarter each, that'd be $100,000. Now, the book was there, but I never had this thought. One of the secrets is that when you have an inspired thought, you have to trust it and act on it. I didn't know how I was going to sell 400,000 copies. Then I saw the National Enquirer at the supermarket. I had seen that millions of times, and it was just background. And all of a sudden it jumped out at me as foreground. I thought, if readers knew about my book, certainly 400,000 people would go out and buy it. About 6 weeks later, I gave a talk at Hunter College in New York to 600 teachers, and afterwards a woman approached me and said, that was a great talk, I want to interview you. Let me give you my card. As it turns out, she was a freelance writer who sold her stories to the National Enquirer. The theme from The Twilight Zone went off in my head, like, whoa, this stuff's really working. That article came out and our book sales started to take off. The point I want to make is that I was attracting into my life all these different events, including this person. To make a long story short, I did not make $100,000 that year. We made $92,327. But do you think we were depressed and saying, this doesn't work? No, we were saying, this is amazing. So my wife said to me, if it works for 100,000, do you think it'll work for 1,000,000? And I said, I don't know. I think so. Let's try it. My publisher wrote me a royalty check for our first Chicken Soup for the Soul book, and he actually put a smiley face in his signature because it was the first $1 million check he'd ever written. Okay, where are we going now? Let's go to the Druid Card Tarot. Show me your cards. Show me your cards. What's on the cards? What do you feel to that card? I felt a very protective energy here. But then maybe a bit of a frightened energy. Show me your cards. It's like, come out of your cave. Trust. Interesting that her fingers are kind of like going into like the head here. King of Cups. Very nice, contented energy. But again, the dog's kind of hiding behind the chair. Bit shaky. But you're thirsty and hungry. Well, maybe not so hungry, but thirsty. Drop the tower. Because you need to like quench your thirst. Okay. Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups with the King of Cups. I feel the energy is feeling a bit shy. Which could feel like a surprise because this is quite a harsh energy here. A very masculine, rather than a very masculine dominant energy. It's like, oh yeah, that's a man. Like just he has manly traits about him. But this is a very contented, different kind of energy here. This King of Love. It's like there's a soft side to him. A shy side. I do feel this energy of like you both being in completely different worlds though, but wanting to be in the same circle. But you have your circle here. But it's like you're I don't actually feel like you're, I feel like you're undoing like this circle here to allow entry. Access. It's like this masculine, he needs to, like he's coming up this, but it's like he's left the path and now he's hitting like the, I don't know, the edge of the mountain. Making room. Don't really know what to say next. Making home, making room. Roomy, we'll go to Roomy. There's some dark clouds out there, but let's not focus on them. Let's focus on the sunshine. You are the love of my life. Okay, should we get this reading wrapped up with a message from Rumi? Deep breath now. Deep breath. Deep breath now. Feel like he needs to take a deep breath just to this final part of the journey, and then it's like he's home. I can see the blue sky, look, in the clouds, highlighted by the sun now. Yeah, the sun. I've got the card, thank you. Beyond death, life. It's card number 1. Let me have a look at this card because it's just like toppled over. Oh, it's a star card. Very nice. What's beyond death? Life. Very much about the death of the ego. Okay. Because this is quite an egotistical card here. So the tower was hit. This is an egotistical card. This is when you've kind of let go and you surrendered the ego to the divine. Card number 1. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that, no trace remains. That's interesting. Footprints lead to the edge of the sea. Beyond that, no trace remains. I've got a really itchy hand. Let me just see how I'm going to itch this hand. It says, I am calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen. Within your hearts, there I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known. For what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty and equanimity. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, understanding your ego. Let me just itch this hand. It's coming. This part here, we trust in the divine feminine. It really is trusting the divine feminine and having faith in her, because she's kind of like leading the way. So I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are. That burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I thought I'd missed a bit out. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover, with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure beyond all experience, untainted, and ever innocent. As a pure vessel stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation, as light, as life, as love. The soul craves variety because it leads to wholeness, and wholeness leads to divine revelation. The purpose of the soul incarnating in this world in the first place is to realize its divinity through the sacred crucible of life. The older the soul, the closer it is to the realization of divine oneness, and the more powerful its determination to shed that which will constrain complete and conscious immersion into the divine presence. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment is happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow. There is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, and there may be grief and loss. There may be uncertainty and even insecurity. Yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even big enough to receive the joy that is lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travails into new life. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing, her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling you with exquisite ecstasy. Yes, you shall know the truth, the knowledge that the divine is with you, guiding every unfolding moment of your life journey. No matter how dark it may first appear, the divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion, and with fierce passion for your blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be. So what must you do to receive this divine grace, this new life? Well, let's have a drink first. Page number 21. Oh, it's the 21st today, isn't it? Big date. Big date. I feel it's going to be a significant date. It is a significant date. So what must you do to receive this divine grace? I'm a bit fidgety. Do that when I get a bit excited. Nervousness, but an excited nervousness. It's a good one. It's a good one. So what must you do to receive this grace, this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of loss. Okay. It may be that death has come to you in the form of loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities have shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks, too small for the great being that you are starting to suspect you may be. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step in a new direction, to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from a religious or philosophical tradition or a group or teacher. Your death may not feel as though it has come by choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or other life circumstance changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not. Your transition through this death may be triggered by an inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it powerfully propels you away from what has been and towards untapped possibilities, perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lie ahead of you now. How you deal with this grace, hidden though it may at first appear to be under the cloak of crisis, is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and to choose, if you wish, to rest your inner gaze upon what lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that is calling you, and when you know deep within that no matter what experiences you have had in your life, that you are untainted, you will be more easily able to trust in the love the divine has for you. You won't question your worthiness, and therefore you will trust in life more easily and more fully, no matter how much it asks of you at times. The divine is a relentless lover. It wants nothing less than your total being to be held in its embrace. Sometimes that means we will have to give up lesser loves for the greater lover, the divine one that calls us to remember our true nature. You are a beautiful blazing soul, having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. That is what is happening in your life now, whether the death is obvious and painful to you, or whether you are uncertain as to how it is as yet showing up in your life. Either way, There is an ending imminent and new life coming to you, with greater opportunity for your radiant soul to shine its beauty in the world. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. Focus on what is becoming, whilst honouring what is no longer to be. Let's finish with this sacred honouring ritual. Place your hands on your heart and say the following aloud. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon your loving gaze. Please help me release what I no longer need, what is too small for my great light. Help me recognise the purity of my own being so that I can more easily trust in the divine love calling to me like an insistent lover in every moment. I breathe in your compassionate grace now. Thank you, my beloved. Keeping your hands resting on your heart at the centre of your chest, simply breathe in and out, gently and easily. Focus on the feeling of the hands on your chest. Okay, focus on the feeling of your hands on your chest. Do this for as long as feels good for you. And when you are finished, open your eyes. You have finished your honouring ritual. Okay, let's check out the bottom of the decks as I put these cards away, just because I feel drawn to do that. Okay, and it will take us up to about an hour. Thank you for joining me, guys. Do you have anything more that you would like to add before I say cheerio? Bottom of the Rumi deck is... So I do this, like, obviously, as I'm clearing away the cards, and sometimes I wish, like, I was still live and you could see what the bottom of the decks were. The Angel Vasbar. I can read you that poem if you want. It's number 27. The Angel Vasbar. Tell me the truth, I asked, love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the reoccurring joy of living. Rumi. Put that one away. Mermaids and dolphins. Tranquility. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. Take care of you. The Druid Craft Tarot. I've got the tower here, look. But whereabouts are the actual main cards? Oh, they're right there. Oh, it's the Four of Wands. Beautiful energy. Okay. Oracle of Shadows and Light. Fairy of the Green World, the actual world needs you. The natural world needs you. And the Druid Craft Tower. Oh no, we've done them ones. Okay. And the Ancient Italian Tower. Two of Wands. Suggest partial success, like you need each other. Okay. Mirrors, Justin Timberlake. I shall share it now on the community tab. Okay. I'll share the music video one. Okay. Because then you can listen to the end part of it. If you can't make out the lyrics, then check out the lyrical one. Okay. I'm going to go now. I'll catch up with you guys soon. So until then, take care. Have a fantastic day. Much love. Bye for now.